because it is important to remain hydrated, especially if you're doing something. So this idea is you put it in your toilet and using the app, luckily the battery's on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Using the app, you can actually it'll test if you're dehydrated or not. Which, if you're someone who has issues with dehydration, that could be very useful. The other thing they came out with, and this is the thing that kind of put a pause a little further down on the page
Mm-hmm.
that's
Mm-hmm.
orange,
Mm-hmm.
it's a menstruation pad
Okay.
that it's supposed to look for. You can see there it has it looks for different factors. So once you remove the pad and you put it up in the app, it can give you fertility, this that and everything else, which I understand is very, very important.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always concerned when something like this happens about security and privacy,
Mm-hmm.
because who know, I want, especially when it comes to women's health and women's reproductive health, knowing your information's not being sold, or no one can get a hold of it, um, let's say from law enforcement without a warrant.
Yeah.
You know, it's very important. But again, it's something, dehydrate. I know there's different ways to test dehydration. Admittedly, it sounds weird because we're in the winter months now. It can be an issue in the winter months because how dry everything is.
Yes.
So if you are someone who has issues with dehydration for whatever reason, or someone in your household, it's at least something that will give you an option other than trying to figure out by the color that comes out.
I like it. And I was listening to some more CES stuff, and this wasn't the only toilet tech that or pee-based tech that was going on here. But again, it's a good way to get like a lot of the a lot of the data that someone would need. So yeah, no, that's always weird when you put it into the phone. You're going to have to watch that, but. Especially if this is like a company you never heard of, you don't know if they're going to get bought by Amazon. Then what happens, right?
Yeah.
So, Katie, I think you're the audience for part of this.
Hmm.
Any thoughts?
Well, I kind of echo Podner's kind of
Mm-hmm.
concern, and like it's hard because you want to be excited about new tech, but it's just like I don't know if that's the best time to be doing this particular stuff.
Mm-hmm.
With everything going on, but it is nice because it is, and also like something else that they mention is about perimenopause, and seeing like what's, because it's not something we talk about, and menopause is not something we talk about enough,
Mm-hmm.
and having major tech at CES talking about this is very, very cool. We're talking about periods that, like, these are big things that we're not, women's health things that we're not used to talking about at big tech things like CES.
Not what I expected on my tech podcast today. That's for sure. Yeah.
So it's really nice that they're doing this,
Mm-hmm.
and but yeah, it's we don't know. A lot of us do not have including women, do not know a lot of these factors, and like the fact that this is able to tell you
Mm-hmm.
things like that is very, like, I want to geek out over it because I think it's great. And
Potter, do we have a cost for this? Because as I was listening to some of the health tech that they were going on about today on
Yeah.
on DTNS that I was listening to, like the question that pops into my head is like, oh, this is great. There's some full body health scale or something that was getting a bunch of extra features, and I still kind of go to the, I'm really concerned with, hey, this is some great stuff. We democratize this, but even when we talk about the health like of Apple Watch and stuff, that's still like you have to have a little bit of money to
Oh yeah. Yeah.
deal with this.
Mhm.
It's not really boiled down to something like this. Like, where do you think that is there a cost on this?
There is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For the toilet, it's $99 for early birds.
Okay.
That's it. But later on, in September when it goes on general sale, it'll be 129 plus $6 a month subscription.
So now you got a subscription. So now, like, if you're
Exactly.
concerned about, and again, like when you talk about healthcare, I guess it's not so bad in comparison to what
Uh,
just and also would this be covered under healthcare at some point down the line,
who
perhaps?
knows? Who knows?
if
I
you're
mean,
somebody that needs to be this
yeah.
support.
I mean, if there's something where your hydration needs to be checked, I could see it.
Mm-hmm.
They said the flow pad, it's not available yet, but they hope to charge $4 to $5 per pad.
Okay. It's not
So
terrible.
definitely,
It says that. Well, wait. I saw 1,000 uses, but I think that's for the toilet. So
that's for the toilet. Yeah. The pad is a single use pad.
Mm-hmm.
We know, we know we're guys, but at least we know that much, that pads only have a single use.
We're married, so at least we have some, education on it by proxy, I guess. So, no, yeah.
We're not as bad as NASA when they had the first woman astronaut go up, and they said, well, and she said, well, what happens if I have my period up there? It depends on the launch and everything. I'm up there a week plus. And he said, well, are 1,000 tampons enough for you for a week? We don't know. We're a bunch of guys here.
So they just overcompensate. Okay.
Yeah, honestly, it was.
Well, at least they overcompensated and not undercompensated, I guess.
Yeah,
if you're gonna go one way, I guess that's it. So, all right, that's Vivoo, VIVOO toilet computer. You can look that up, and we'll try to get some urinalysis company. So they are experts in your bodily fluids. Thank you for that, Mister. It's Dave, partner. Let's get into. Hey guys, thank you so much, everybody that's been supporting the show over on Patreon.com/AwesomeCast. A lot of great stuff. We're back with it. We're going to do the Patreons. We're going to do all that kind of stuff. We're going to get back into the flow of things, but not next week because we have a special because we're celebrating 20 years of Wrestling Mayhem Show. So, programming note, we're going to, we're going to try to do something. We're going to try to plan something here, maybe after the show or something. So you guys have your awesomeness next week. I think we'll have plenty to talk about because it is CES, so we probably should do something with that. But it won't be next Tuesday. Hopefully beforehand. Or something like that. So, but thank you everybody that does support the show over there on Patreon, including Brian Crawford at the $20 level, who gave us a great guide. It was a great guide for. Did I put it in here? It was for where to sleep at airports. So go read that up. I made sure to share it on my Facebook because I think a lot of the pro wrestlers that I'm friends with, other than Lady Frost, who can just curl up on any seat apparently because she's bendy like that. So she's a gymnast, okay, originally. So, but anyways, thanks Ryan, thanks Cynthia Klosky, John Nagor, and hey Dave Podner as well for supporting the show. Patreon.com/AwesomeCast. We do have a Sorgatron Media feed that works better than my YouTube feed tonight because I forgot to hit go live on it. But you can get some of the chatter in between shows, and you get all night here on the Tuesday night Sorgatron Medias on a regular Tuesday night at least. And also everybody's going to get the Chachi Says Video Game Minute. Let's see what Chachi has to say.
Hey kids, welcome back to the Chachi Says Video Game Minute. Here's as much video game news as I can cover in under a minute. Tamsin Crawford has been signed on as a series regular for the upcoming Netflix Assassin's Creed show. She joins Toby Wallace, Lola Pettigrew, Zachary Hart, and Laura Marcus in what is believed to be the main cast, which means that the production scheduled to start this year is probably still on track. More as it comes. In a shareholders meeting, a Lionsgate exec confirmed development of a AAA level John Wick game and says that the official announcement will be coming soon. This announcement is expected to happen alongside a few other projects, including a rumored new game based on Saw. Right now there are no details, but it's believed that this will be a whole new storyline based in the John Wick universe and will include Keanu Reeves. Again, more as it develops. That's all I have for you this week on the Chachi Says Video Game Minute. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, Chachi, for that video game minute. Chachi, so I think Chachi gave me a present, but he may have gave me a project. Because we talked about when Rob was on here last month, Rob De La Creta, and talked about the Bamboo Labs 3D printers, and that's one of them that Chachi has. And by the way, Chachi is, I'm going to get it, I'm going to start advertising it on the show, I think. Chachi also started an Etsy for his 3D prints, right? So he gave me his old 3D printer, but he kept telling me about, he's like, here's a USB drive with all the documentation. Good luck. hey, make sure you be careful with this plate. I think he gave me an albatross of a sort with this thing. So I haven't set it up yet because we're obviously cleaning the, kind of revamping the studio right now. So we don't have but I'm going to create a 3D station for it. It might be a little bit, it might take me a few weeks before I can get to that. So I'm sure we'll be documenting that as we go. And I'm sure I'll just like show and tell what I've made this week in 3D, which will be the new show on AwesomeCast. This week in 3D, brought to you by AwesomeCast. So it'll just be me just complaining about how my Marios are derpy or something. I think he is selling the rock lobsters on his Etsy, which were a big hit at the stand for RWA the wrestling DVDs. That's the Dwayne the Rock Johnson's head on a lobster. Rock lobster. There you go. So thanks, Chachi, for keeping that going. Katie.
Yes.
You I don't want to call them resolutions because we do a whole episode on Fishing Without Bait about how we shouldn't do New Year's resolutions. But you have some new goals for the year. I think it's good for everybody to take a step back and revamp, take a deep breath, and say, what do I want to focus on this year? And of course, you're using ChatGPT to help you out with that, right?
Yes. So for me, I essentially tried to drop everything that I wanted to. I don't want to be like the things, because there are things I wanted to improve. For me, like specifically, it's essentially being attached to my phone and health things, and just so I was asking ChatGPT for help me talk through this, and then help me come up with essentially a list of goals, or just I want to say soft goals, because one of the things for me is more, we're moving towards a more soft existence, and because we have chosen a very hard level of life in what we do and how we live our lives.
We're not 9-to-5ers, is what you're saying. Yeah.
For one, and that's one example of the things we do to our, but it's like, for me, it's like trying to add softness into my day. I do not, my latest goal, and the one I've been most proud of, even though it's been a few days, has been not touching my phone for the first 30 minutes after I wake up. And I do look at it and I go, okay, nothing's on fire, because I do work. This is also where I work on my phone. So that's something I will possibly be working on too with that. But essentially the first 30 minutes, I don't touch my phone after I wake up. I set a timer on my watch, but like setting these small, like intentional, I guess, intentions of just kind of making these little improvements. And it's nothing where I have specific, I need to work out this many days a week, I need to do this many days a week, or I need to have intake.
You're already killing it on the workout. Don't worry about it.
Look at me go. Hello.
See, we see the planet about 4 times a week.
Yeah,
so
we do. Hello, planet.
Schedule pending.
But it's been nice to like be able to like kind of put together my thoughts and to summarize my thoughts and kind of give me, because sometimes you're just like, I don't know how to, what is happening here, and then having a neutral party going, is this what you mean? And like, yes, that's exactly what I mean. So brain dumps. So yes, that's where I did and brain dumped for 2026.
So were there any revelations that may have come out of that then?
I think so. Like, I think for me, it's so funny because I'm like, I'll just look at it. I changed it to reorienting myself for 2026. So it wasn't like, here's my resolutions. But I think I thought it was going to be, like we talk about not setting goals, and it's like I always want to, because that's how I'm a high achiever. I am a very high achiever. I like to check things off, and I like to get gold stars, and this is how I've always been. And like kind of moving away to that, to not taking things. I think I mentioned this to you, is like I got to stop taking certain things to heart, like work things that are not life or death. They're not, but like, oh shoot, this means I'm not doing a good job. Or like something I'm also trying to overcome is the whole, if I can't do it perfectly, I'm not going to do it at all. Procrastination. So there were things that popped up with that I think that was a thing that was surprising. And it was like, oh, that makes sense. Yeah,
and I'm still trying to create this muscle that you seem to have about like putting the problem, and like I have very specific technical problems I'm good about doing that with, especially with Gemini. But the like, hey, here's everything that's in my head right now. Help me pick through this, right? So, are you finding, like, are you getting true solutions, or because there's the sync up, what do you call it? The where it just, is too nice to you or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Are you getting like just stuff regurgitated back in a nicer tone, as I've heard some people, anecdotally have happened to them, or is it actually good fundamentally, or is it just the fact that it does rearrange your thoughts?
It's a couple things. It does rearrange my thoughts, and then it also helps me. I have certain limiting beliefs, and I will say things, and I'll be like, "Oh, this is the end of the world," and then it's like, "No, it's not. Stop it." And I think that's been very helpful. But yeah, it does. It has told me some hard truths, which I have needed to hear, and which I appreciated. So we are buddies, and we also, something else, I am very analog in that I have a planner. So I've asked it, like, can you give me a PDF? Usually it's a doc, because then I can edit a doc, so I can print this out.
I keep forgetting you can stick stuff out into like PDFs and docs and stuff. Yeah.
And then sometimes I just email it. Like if I'm on my phone, I just email it to myself and I'll deal with it later. But yeah, so then I have these as tangible objects.
I need that like tips and tricks email every day, because I think that's the biggest thing. Remember, we would always have like the show that's going to tell me what I can do with my iPhone that the iPhone doesn't tell me it can do. The thing that would help me figure out that thing that I can do on the internet or with Google. Like, do we have a resource? Maybe it's a podcast somewhere that is just like, hey, did you know your ChatGPT can do this? Hey, did you know that it can do this? Because it's not. Other than them like bugging me that you can do images and edit now, which I still haven't jumped into and had a chance to, but like it does everything you don't know to wrap your head around a new thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
but I think a lot of it's just people are seeing that on social.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess that's it.
Little bite-sized
Other
things,
than, as long as I can't take any more threads, I'm going to tell you how you can quit your day job using ChatGPT. I can tell you how you're using ChatGPT wrong and can change your entire life. One was like, disappear for a month and come back a new person, thanks to ChatGPT.
I see so many things like, are you a so-and-so with so-and-so looking to use this? Then this is for you. This is the account for you. Are you blah, blah, blah? This is the account for you.
Oh, my gosh. And all of it was probably written in AI. Mm-hmm. So, oh, no. Dave, have you had any New Year's revolutions with your chat buddy?
Not really. Not really. One thing I did do using AI in chat at work, a group of us are going through the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
Okay.
And I took my notes and a lot of the information, I copy and paste it into a notebook LM. Mm-hmm. Because after the class is over, I'd like to have access to it and not have, oh, that was a great idea. We don't have access anymore. Mm-hmm. So I shared that with the group that was doing it too. I said, I put this notebook together. If you're interested, here's all the stuff you can, including taking quizzes. So trying to use it that way, but nothing set up like you guys are doing, per se.
Nothing like these cascading projects. Like we're setting up stuff. We're doing a really big thing for the 20 year. So I just have a thread. I was like, okay, now make this kind of post. Okay, now I have this video. Make this kind of post. Hey, let's do this. This is like I have these, like, all of my verticals have a folder. So when I reference it, and this, the glorious thing is we've been doing it for over a year. So I can say, hey, AwesomeCast, thread. When's the last time we talked about this? Or, hey, I have a video clip. Like Dave, you send me something. I've gotten batches from you that are like dated the same day, but I know they're 2 episodes of Fishing Without Bait. Yeah. I literally take the transcript of the thing, throw it in there, and say, hey, which of these 2 episodes is this from? Because it knows, because I did all the notes when we posted the show. It has the transcript in its memory somewhere, right? Mm-hmm. So like that's where it is, like, as you're doing an ongoing thing like this. I think it's like the notebook LM that you're doing, like that I'm creating for the shows. And maybe I can share those too if we decide like, hey, you're going to help me work on this. Like collectively, here's all the information and the discussion I've been having to create the posts and the schemes and and everything like that. So I don't know. Dave, I want you to pick the last story here because we're running. Yeah, we got about 10 minutes left on the timer here. So I want to make sure we get to a little bit, maybe CES or whatever else is interesting out there. And if we got some time, Katie has a really cool one we can jump into.
Okay. Let's do the Lego.
Okay. I didn't get to jump into this. I heard about it, but I didn't get a chance to really dive into exactly what's going on. Have you seen this?
I have heard a little bit of it. Yeah, a little more detail. So the idea is that Lego will have special bricks that you can have. They're the same size as your normal bricks.
Mm-hmm.
And they're basically little computers in there with little speakers.
And they're called smart bricks.
Yeah. So you can see where it's, and they're going to put it together with the Star Wars version.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
So you can have the smart bricks play, let's say, the Imperial March.
So they have a speaker on them.
Darth Vader out there. It has a very small speaker, yeah.
Okay.
But it has a whole bunch of other sensors. And I saw the thing from the BBC saying, well, Lego was the last bastion where kids could just do their own thing away from technology. I'm thinking, have you seen Legos in the last couple decades? Because there's apps for Legos.
Yeah.
Lego Mindstorm.
But it was still. But the Super Mario Lego ones that are all like these reactive, like kind of toy sets. Like they've had something like this, but this is like a new thing.
Yeah, and the BBC article was kind of like, oh my goodness, they're adding technology to my wonderful Legos. I'm like, well, no, it's going to be a way to expand out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, it's going to be a little pricey, probably. It's not going to be for everyone. But
listen, Lego has the same problem I had with Nintendo now. So I got a really cool Lego set, but that's only because somebody works at Walmart and was able to sniff out a really good deal. And they told us me several times as I was opening it. So there's the TIE Fighter, by the way. Katie, they've obviously made these all for you.
Obviously.
You got Vader and the TIE Fighter is one of them. Mm-hmm. According to the list here, you do also have a Luke with the Red 5 X-Wing and the Throne Room duel and a wing. So that's so Katie will test this out for us, obviously. I think it's not like, is it just like the sound thing? Like it says it'll do a certain sound when a certain minifig is nearby, right? So we're talking about it's almost like the Amiibo situation with the RFIDs, probably.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm guessing that, or it has different sensors on it, so it may. I don't know exactly how it all works together. I know Lego tends to put really good things together that work.
Mm-hmm.
So this isn't one of those. Here's a big idea, and we hope it works out for the best. If it's Lego, it's probably going to work out pretty good.
Yeah. They're not putting it out there. They're kind of the best at this kind of thing, right? So, and also Mindstorms is a tremendous success. Like that's part of STEM programming all over the country. Yeah. So, yeah. All right, Katie, tell me about the weird tech of CES.
All right, partner, we're gonna learn about the weird tech. I don't think it's all weird. I think. The one, it says bizarre. The name of the article is bizarre, but
so TechCrunch thinks all of this is bizarre, which says probably more about TechCrunch than the technology, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So there's definitely a couple things I'm real excited about. Okay, so Project AVA is the next evolution of AI companions. So previously, Project AVA debuted as like an esports AI coach. This year, they want to be fully integrated into your life. They've got this nice little 5-inch animated hologram with natural movements, eye tracking, and facial stuff, facial expressions, and lip sync. So yes,
it's a lady in a bottle.
It kind of really looks like that. You're like, hey. So yes, we're gonna start off with that, which is The next thing I've got for you. This is the thing that I think is fantastic. It's a cuddly AI baby panda robot. And it's for older adults.
This is growth of that little Tribble thing we talked about months ago, right?
Yeah. It's a different version. It's this panda has high-tech sensors, so it reacts naturally when you touch it and when you pet it.
Okay.
Remembers your voice, how it interacts. So this is one I'm always excited to see these, especially. I don't know. I like how realistic these have gotten for folks, except for, oh my gosh, I'll have to show you. I went to their page where they talk about the AI pandas and scrolled down to the AI lady. She's scary.
Give me a second
Hold
for
on.
that. Let me pull that up. Like, is this like
I'm like,
scary lady? Is
I'm
it
like, look how
sex
cute the
doll scary
panda cub
or
robot, and it's adorable. And then, did you click?
Yeah. Are we talking about our culture core values down there?
The our mission, yeah. The our culture, yeah. Our mission is the one that really threw me off. There she is.
Yeah,
that's
freaky.
That's a sex doll. For sure. Oh no. He's really attached to her.
Go down a little bit further.
Oh no. Oh, that's a
That's a sex
concept.
doll.
That's a concept though. That's just
Well, so
that's
is
under
the other
core
one.
values. Wow. Core values. Have you seen Megan? And Megan 2.0? Because I think you can figure it out from there, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Mind with Heart Robotics Company Limited. Oh, that's a red flag like crazy. What?
So excited about the panda, not so excited about it. I mean,
The panda is the Trojan horse into your home
To get the fembot.
to replace you with a fembot.
Yep.
Yeah,
Gotta get
baby.
So there's the $500 ice cube maker that uses AI to reduce noise.
Okay. To reduce noise.
Yes, which I was like, this is unreal. Like, how do we do this? It's Govee. Govee does a lot of products that are like this. And so essentially, this is a really fast ice maker. Like 6 minutes makes up to 60 pounds of ice in a day, which is incredible. Like, if you've ever seen a countertop ice maker, this is ridiculous. And if at some point this becomes much more affordable, this is going to my brother's family because they use all the ice in the world in their water.
You were saying they're ice heavy?
Yes, and then they came to my house where there was no ice, so they almost died. It was very sad. But
Betters for that, I could see a small office.
yeah.
Seriously, I could see that would be great in a small office. You don't have to worry about it
Yes.
in the background. Like if you have like a 3 or 4 person small office, and you want to make sure you don't hear the ice thing when you're video conferencing,
or if you have a podcast studio where you don't want anything ruined by the ice maker.
Yep.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
But it detects the sound up to 90%. Like when you dig down to the article, it's pretty impressive. It just knows how to cover it up. So the ultrasonic chef's knife that vibrates while slicing and dicing.
Ooh,
Yeah.
It vibrates.
It vibrates. This is not.
Now, you know what? Honestly, this makes perfect sense. Now think back. You may not have this when you were growing up. Electric knives.
Yes.
Electric toothbrush?
Well, no, more like the electric carving knife.
Yes, I own
You
one.
plug into the wall and have the two blades
Do you?
that kind of go back and forth. That's what this is. But instead of having instead of having giant serrated edges that are open, that can slice skin a lot easier, this looks like it'd be a little bit safer. Admittedly, $400 versus like $25.
Oh, listen,
You
if
know,
you
honestly,
if
this
you
would
already
be
got the
useful.
AI ice maker and you got the AI stove
nights
I heard
are-
about today, and with the AI, it's just
And
makes
to
sense.
be honest, if you look at good quality knives, they're expensive.
Yeah.
None of that
I mean,
Cutco crap,
ridiculous.
right?
Not the stuff you get at Sam's Club. No.
Jeez.
So yeah, that one makes sense. Now, musical lollipop.
Yes, this is the big one.
This is the big one. Okay, tell me about it.
Podner, did you look at this?
Very briefly.
Okay.
It looks like though it's using the same thing as like the bone conduction headphones.
Yes,
Okay.
but in your mouth.
In your mouth. Lollipop Star is what it's called. I'm going to join the wait list.
You have to.
I have to join the wait list. So what is it doing? It's a lollipop. Like, is it actually a functional lollipop, or?
It looks like it.
Is it candy?
It looks like it. The technology Light Pops provide a burst of fruity flavor. You can choose
Yeah.
between Ice Spice, which is peach, Akon, which is blueberry, and Armani White, which is lime.
Now, because I am an old man,
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Ice Spice has nothing to do with the Spice Girls, correct?
correct.
Okay, I didn't know if Ice Spice was like a new version of the Spice Girls.
Sadly, no. But yes, so now we can have candy that plays music in our mouths.
Excuse me, I'm joining a wait list. So I really want to test that. I really want to test that. A lot of other stuff. A few things that we came across over the holiday. Maybe we'll talk about them on the Patreon or whatever else weird CES stuff. And I don't know, whatever problems with tech, we get into it on Patreon. The less than awesome stuff. Katie, good to have you back in the studio once again in the newly cleansed, at least this part of the studio.
So
Working my
nice.
way back. Don't look at, dude. Ignore the mess behind the curtain. So we had to put all this stuff somewhere. Well, I figured out what goes to Goodwill and what doesn't. KatieDudas.com.
Yep, doing stuff. Getting
Yeah.
ready for Animal Crossing.
Yes, there you go. You should Twitch Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Really? You're setting up the new office and everything. You were
Yeah.
telling me how that was going today,
Oh,
right?
yeah. I'm learning new chords and things.
Yeah. That's again me. I'm just like, that thing where you like put something back together and you have more screws than you expected, and like I put back the studio and I'm just like, why do I have more cords?
This is
Like, and then like today I'm like, oh, those are the things that aren't connected. So there's that. Like, why didn't I have audio connected to my video all the recording last night? Or just that the lip sync stuff later, and I just realized I was in the wrong port. Anyways, in the last minute, I had to give Dave some audio too. So, Dave Ponder, iPhoneography podcast. Thank you. I know you're under the weather, so which I think has been going around.
Unfortunately, yeah. I mean, luckily, I think this is just a cold. It isn't the flu. It isn't anything worse, which I know worse is going around.
Okay.
So just a matter of, wash your hands and be careful around people.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Be careful out there. Hope everybody had a good and safe holiday. Again, we are going to be nothing big happening this weekend, I don't think, in our world. So there's going to be more playing Mario games for me. So there's that. I should figure out how to Twitch those Mario games too. I wish there was a built-in Twitch option like there was for Xbox. Anywho, we are doing again next Tuesday. We won't be here live. We'll have some alternative program, I think, sometime in the week. But we are doing, we're celebrating the Wrestling Mayhem show with actually a pro wrestling show over in 880 over in Allentown, just a hill over from here. That'll be streaming over there if you want to be a part of that, or if you, have been long at any part for this ride of, because of course that's, this came out of that. Everything started with the Wrestling Mayhem show, and we're going to celebrate a little bit and have some fun with that. Katie, I think you're going to be there as well.
Yes.
With your championship belt.
Yes.
I don't know if somebody's going to try to challenge you for it like last time.
Bring it, Bradley.
I love it. And actually, you're the person that yeah. Well, the person that messed with you is actually coming in next in the studio. Surprise! So.
Wait, is this?
We were going to cherry spring into this. At Sorgatron, for at least the starting point of what I got going on. I think I paid the bill for that server this month. And all over the place at Sorgatron. The Instagram's probably the most interesting one because it's just dumps in everything from this. And then if I have any behind-the-scenes pictures, which I know I'm behind on, I'm going to get to this weekend's festivities. So thank you guys so much. You have been an awesome audience. Have an awesome week. This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at Sorgatron.